Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforce McLove, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, I am going to talk about how did I overcome embarrassment when my teacher caught me sleeping in the class. Look, guys, I'm telling you, sleeping in the class is absolutely prohibited because it's a sign of disrespect towards your lecturer, even though you and your parents are paying for that education. It is still not allowed. But it still happens to many students, not only to me, but it could be you, to yourself. Now, sleeping in the class could happen for so many countless reasons. When you're making excuses, you always have reasons. But you can't really avoid feeling tired and sleepy listening to lectures all day. But today, I am going to give you tips if you ever got caught sleeping in the class for a good reason. You know, I may not know what your reason is. When you can't help sleeping in the class, it could be medical condition, or it could be you work all day, all night, because you're the one paying for your tuition, or something terrible happened to your family, to yourself a day before, weeks before, that you really have to face it. Plus, you still have to go to school in spite of all the difficulties that life is giving you. Now, I will give you 6 tips on how to overcome when your teacher caught you. Way back when I was in high school, most of our teachers were quite considerate when a student fell asleep in class, because we're just like kids, like we're little kids who sometimes lose their attention because we're just kids, teenagers. And sometimes, even though we're just kids and teenagers when we were in high school, it's up and down though. We are tired, asleep, or up and talking, chatty while the teacher is talking in front of us. But anyway, way back when I was in high school, yes, indeed, our teachers were considerate. They would understand if we ever fall asleep. Think about it. We have to listen for like 8 or 7 subjects, different subjects. This is, by the way, I'm talking about the Philippine education way back, the old school days. So, yes, indeed, our teacher could understand, and they just wake us up. And one of my teacher woke me up, and then, yeah, I listened to the lecture again because I've already took a nap, and I feel like I'm energized. So, taking a nap during the class seemed to be, and it happens to me at times, not regularly though. That's a different story. But taking a nap during the class, it does happen. And after I graduated high school, and there you go, college, I was a working student on my first year. But on my first year, we're just tackling minor subjects, so I don't really give a big deal about it. But in some of my second year to fourth year subjects, those are major subjects for nursing degree. Now, I don't. I love working as a nurse this time that I became a little bit older. But way back when I was a student, when I was still dreaming to become a nurse, and I'm looking at my teacher every day, same faces every day for the entire semester, I can't help it though. I do feel tired and sleepy. It's been like twice in the semester, but there was once that I couldn't forget, because when I woke up, my friends were laughing at me. That was a one of the best teachers in medical surgical nursing, and she was having a lecture, but I fell asleep in her class. And by the time I woke up, my friends were laughing, and we ended up to have a quiz, even though the lecture wasn't finished yet. And after the quiz, I got zero. I have nothing to flex, guys. I am not the smartest person in the world. So if you are smart, I think it's all right for you to fool around. But if you aren't smart, okay, when you fool around, you gotta face it. You gotta deal with it. Like in your face, you gotta face it, face to face. So I ended up with a zero score, and even my friends who were laughing at me, we all failed. And then I told my seatmate, "Hey, why you didn't woke me up? Our teacher found me." She said, they're all tripping, but my teacher wasn't. She's one of the best teachers with the flying colors in the board exam, and yeah, she wasn't kidding when she gave out the lecture and a quiz for us to make me wake up, and the rest of us, to those other students, my classmates, and to wake us up all. I actually got zero though, but I didn't regret it. I just move on because there's nothing I can do about it. Now, the first thing I did when my teacher woke me up while I was sleeping in her class is that I did stay calm and keep my composure. When she woke me up, I feel like I'm just smiling. I was smiling at her. I couldn't talk though. I was shocked. I don't know if she was ever even shocked looking at my face, my tired, sleepy face. Wants to go back and take a nap again. But as to me, I was shocked when I look at her. And then after that, she walked back to the board, to the whiteboard, and announced to everyone, to all of us, that we're gonna have a quiz. And I look at my surroundings; they're all smiling at me. What the heck? You didn't wake me up. Those are my friends. I call them friends. Well, those were perfect friends back in the days. And they're even laughing at our score that we didn't get the passing grade. But still, I started it all right. I keep my composure with a zero score, and I just took a deep breath and accepted to myself that I was really caught sleeping. And I told to myself that sleeping doesn't define me. My score, which is zero, will never gonna define me. I didn't overreact though. I have no time to overreact. I was so damn scared of my teacher. And even though I didn't overreact, I didn't make a great deal about it. It was completely my fault. And after the class, the second thing that I did was just laugh it off. They were just laughing at me. I'm talking about my great friends. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I just got zero. You got zero. You got two. You got one. Are you gonna be happy about it?" And they don't make a fuss. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing. Let's move on. We didn't study though. We didn't, and we're not gifted to know everything. So everyone laugh it off, even myself, that I could still even remember what happened. That was like, yeah, over a decade ago, that I still could remember what happened. I was pretty much scared to my teacher and what had happened. I'd never have a zero score in my college. Did I ever? Yeah, that was the first one. Although I'm not sure about other subject, that was the first zero that I couldn't forget. So yeah, I didn't take it personally. So I'm telling you, don't take it personally and own it. Own that you made a mistake. And at that moment, after the quiz, we get back to work. My teacher proceed to her lesson after giving us a quiz for not for a while already. It's we've eaten up the time. So shift back your focus to your work. Listen to the lecture. Make it up to your teacher. So that's what I did. After I fell asleep in the class, We did a quiz and I got zero. Even my friends got zero, and it's all right with them. Okay, it's all right for all of you. So yeah, let's move on. And I got back to work. I listened to my teacher like 100% attention. So yeah, when I spoke to my friends, it wasn't a big deal to them that we failed. So I realized that yeah, it wasn't really that a big deal though. If everybody studied, if everybody wants to really pass that subject, they would get upset to me, especially if they didn't study. But we all have the same score. Nobody got a perfect score. Nobody didn't even read ahead the lecture. So another thing you have to remember that it's not a big deal at all. Everyone has moments like this. Many people have been caught in similar or even worse situations. Over time, the incidents will likely to be forgotten. Yes, absolutely. I am a survivor of that. And it's not even worse. I didn't even die, and my friends didn't even hate me. We all got over it. They didn't even understand. And the best part is we all passed on that subject. Another thing is it's important to really learn from it when you fall asleep in the class and you got embarrassed. Learn from it. Reflect on why you were tired. What did you do last night? Are you even interested about the subject? Yes or no? If it's no, guys, I know it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Surely. And if you're not interested enough about the subject and you feel tired about what you did last night, or you were a working student, find a way to wake yourself up when you feel tired. It's not gonna happen with just one subject though. It's gonna happen any time of the day that you feel like sleepy. Now from that day on, what I did was I pinch myself every time I feel sleepy in the class. Not to the point that it's gonna inflame your skin. You pinch yourself with, give yourself a little bit pain when you feel like sleepy in the class. Maybe just here on your wrist, or sometimes you can slap your face a little bit. Come on, cheer yourself up because you learn from it. Don't let yourself fall asleep in the class as much as possible and get caught again. So slap your face a little bit like this. Cheer yourself up. Come on. Listen to the lecture even though you're not interested, even though you don't understand anything. Just pay respect to the person talking. Or, the first tip I can give to you is to pinch yourself. Pinch your wrist, or it could be your forearm, a little bit. Give yourself a little teeny tiny pain to wake yourself up. Or slap your face a little bit, and at the same time cheer yourself up so you won't fall asleep. Another tip that I can give you is, play a game with your seatmate. Any silly game while your teacher is talking and you're not interested enough to really listen. I mean, you're out of your attention span has gone away and it needs a break. So play a little silly game with your seatmate. Before when I was in college, we used to play SOS. So we're a good team. SOS on the paper with my seatmate. Or utilize your seatmate, guys. You can chat with your seatmate using a piece of paper. Hey, what you're up to? And then you pass the paper to your seatmate. You pass the paper to your friends right there. So try to play a game. Divert your attention. Another thing that you can do when you happen to be away from your friends at a certain subject. Look, this is what I did. If you were a girl, use your hair. So, look, this is risky, but it could help because I got away from this. So hold your forehead like this and look away from your lecturer. Look at the side and then hold a pen. Put that pen on your desk like you were writing like this, but you're not really looking at the teacher, but as if you are listening. So try to really cover up your face and hold a pen pointing at the paper as if you are writing. Now, I'm telling you, this method is risky, but I got away. I got away. It's just that, when your teacher caught you sleeping in the class, it's important to really learn from it and consider that it's gonna happen again. Tiredness almost happens every day. At some point in a day, we need to recharge. Now, another thing that you can do, bring snacks. Wow. Any sweets or popcorn while listening to the teacher. And if the teacher will call you out, look, just tell her that you're hungry. Tell any good reason, so that your teacher will know why you need to eat. Because we all need to eat though. Don't tell me your teacher would tell you don't eat because you're hungry. No, just give him a reason why you must eat. Bring some snacks so you won't feel sleepy in any lectures for the rest of your bachelor's degree year. Now, once again, let me recap. Pinch yourself a little bit so you won't feel sleepy. That's one tip. Another thing, slap yourself a little bit and cheer yourself up. The next thing is, cover your face mode. Cover your face and hold the pen mode. That's another tip. Number 4 is bring some snacks. And number 5 is play a game with your seatmates, with your friends. Using a piece of paper, communicate with them quietly while your teacher is doing a lecture. Make jokes with your seatmates. Pass the paper. Play a game. Divert your attention. Because you learn from your experience. Now, lastly, if you ever got caught by your teacher sleeping in the class, if you really can't help, if you can't move on and is really feel sorry about yourself, just talk to your teacher though. Talk to your teacher if needed. Explain to her why did you fall asleep. Give her a legitimate reason. It could be you are a working student, family issue, illness. It might gonna worth explaining to your teacher privately why you did fell asleep. But to my situation before in my entire life as a student, I didn't explain. I just move on. I face the day. It's not a big deal, It happens. I understand that it happens to everybody. Even my teacher gets tired. And don't make excuses though. Just move on. Avoid sounding like you're trying to excuse the behavior. A brief explanation and apology is enough. Now, I hope this helps you a lot. Try to move on from the embarrassment that you got while when you sleep in the class and get caught by your teacher. I hope this will be a lesson to you, because this was a lesson to me, and I'm already over a decade, since the time I finished my college degree. So, yeah, I would understand if people get tired and fell asleep. It's just that we have to pay respect to our lecturers as much as possible. Now, if you ever love this episode today, you can follow me in YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, even in Amazon Podcasts. This is Anne of Reinforce Me Club. Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.